Gen Y, Millennials, and Gen Z have grown up in a world of endless scrolls, algorithm-driven feeds, and instant connectivity. Their cultural touchstones, shaped by smartphones, social media, and global crises, are a mix of rebellion, irony, and raw authenticity. From viral TikTok trends to existential climate dread, these 10 phenomena capture the pulse of their hyper-digital, hyper-aware existence. Relatable yet fleeting, they reflect a generation navigating love, work, and meaning in a world that feels like it's always buffering. Here's a dive into the moments that define their zeitgeist. 1. TikTok microtrends. TikTok is a cultural slot machine spitting out microtrends like Rat Girl Summer, embracing chaos and snacks, or Korkor, nihilistic video collages. Faster than you can hit duet. These hyper-niche aesthetics, think cottagecore dresses or dark academia tweed, explode via For You pages, with Gen Z and millennials stitching their takes before the algorithm moves on. In 2023, Barbiecore pink flooded wardrobes post-Barbie movie, only to vanish by fall. Trends last weeks, sometimes days, but their churn fuels identity experimentation. They're less about permanence than vibing in the moment, a digital diary of fleeting obsessions. 2. Climate anxiety and Fridays for future activism. Gen Y and Zhao's doom scroll sea level rise maps on X, where NASA's 2100 flood predictions rack up retweets. Climate anxiety, fear of a collapsing planet, drives sleepless nights, with 70% of 18-34-year-olds in a 2021 Lancet study reporting eco-dread. Enter Fridays for Future, Greta Thunberg's school strike movement, which saw millions march globally in 2019. Gen Z paints pavement chalk murals outside city halls, while millennials fundraise for rewilding projects. The tension, personal guilt versus systemic inaction, defines their activism, a mix of hope and despair that's as relatable as checking the weather app for apocalypse. 3. Meme stock and crypto roller coaster investing became a Gen YZ spectator sport with 2021's $GME saga. Reddit's r/Wall Street bets rallied retail traders to spike GameStop's stock, sticking it to hedge funds. The frenzy spread to AMC and meme coins like Dogecoin, which soared 12,000% before crashing. NFTs, from Bored Apes to pixelated punks, promised digital riches but often tanked. Platforms like Robinhood gamified trading, turning Discord chats into group therapy sessions for hodlers. By 2022, crypto winter hit, wiping out $2 trillion in value. The thrill, part rebellion, part gamble, captured a generation's distrust of traditional finance and hunger for quick wins. 4. Therapy speak everywhere. Once confined to therapists' offices, terms like boundaries, gaslighting, and trauma dumping have seeped into group chats, TikTok rants, and casual conversations. Gen Z's main character energy embraces self-empowerment, while millennials use platforms like LinkedIn to call out toxic coworkers. A 2022 APA survey revealed that 60% of 18-34-year-olds sought therapy, helping to normalize mental health language across everyday interactions. But as these terms proliferate, their meanings risk becoming diluted. Narcissist is now casually thrown around for anyone who cuts you off in traffic. This linguistic shift, born from a broader destigmatization of therapy and mental health, showcases a generation that's highly self-aware, but also grappling with when their healing language crosses the line into performative jargon. The balance between authenticity and oversimplification in discussing mental health has become a defining struggle for many. 5. Cancel culture showdowns. Cancel culture has transformed social media into a real-time courtroom where a single misstep, a 280-character tweet, a controversial opinion, or an outdated post can ignite a public pile-on. Users on X, formerly Twitter, and other platforms eagerly dig up receipts to hold accountable individuals for their words or actions, often without room for context or growth. High-profile cases like J.K. Rowling's 2020 transphobia controversy or Kanye West's 2022 anti-Semitic remarks dominate feeds, sparking intense debates about fairness and justice. Gen Z and millennials, raised in the era of digital shaming, wrestle with the line between accountability and mob mentality. A 2021 Pew poll found that 58% of young adults see cancel culture as punishment rather than an opportunity for growth. The stakes are high, careers ruined, reputations destroyed, and as a result, every post becomes a delicate tightrope walk, intensifying a universal fear of being publicly canceled and left without redemption. 6. AI creation craze. AI has turned creativity into a copy-paste playground, reshaping how Gen Z and millennials approach artistic expression. Gen Z uses ChatGPT to draft essays or cover letters in seconds, while millennials design album art on Mid-Journey for SoundCloud tracks with ease. Deep fake vocals like AI-generated Drake songs from tools such as Valley. In 2023, an AI-generated image even won a prestigious Sony photography contest, sparking debates about authenticity and originality. Platforms like Runway ML have opened the floodgates, allowing anyone to animate memes, create short films, or generate compelling visuals with minimal effort. The democratization of creativity is thrilling, but it also raises fears. With 30% of creative jobs at risk, according to McKinsey, concerns about job displacement and ethical misuse loom large, creating a paradox of empowerment and anxiety for Gen Y and Z. 7. Side hustle. The 9 to 5 is dead. Side hustles are life. Gen Z drives for DoorDash into the late hours, while millennials wake up before dawn to sell handmade crochet hats on Etsy. On LinkedIn, portfolio careers are glorified, but memes on X, formerly Twitter, decry hustle culture, with one saying, "Hustle culture is just poverty with branding." A 2022 Upwork study revealed that 60% of 18-34-year-olds hold side gigs, whether it's driving for Uber or creating content on platforms like OnlyFans. But influencers promote passive income as the ultimate form of freedom. The hustle's appeal lies in its duality, empowerment through creativity and passion, yet exhaustion from the constant need to hustle, making it both a badge of survival and a product of necessity in the gig economy. 8. Dating app fatigue and situationships. Love in the swipe era feels like a glitchy beta test, with dating apps like Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge offering infinite matches, yet leaving Gen Y and Z navigating a maze of fleeting connections. Ghosting, late-night witty texts, and situationships, those undefined, often unsatisfying flings, are common experiences. A 2023 Hinge survey found that 70% of users report dating fatigue, with 40% expressing a desire for offline connections, seeking something real. Millennials having experienced the early days of OkCupid and its message boards, and Gen Z, who've swiped through adolescence, now bond over memes about endless talking stages that go nowhere. 9. Be Real and Authenticity. Apps Be Real, launched in 2020, invites users to capture a spontaneous moment each day using both front and rear cameras, offering a glimpse into real, unfiltered life. Messy rooms, unflattering angles, and all. Gen Z quickly embraced it as a counter-movement to Instagram's polished aesthetics, drawn to its promise of authenticity. By 2023, the app boasted over 20 million daily users, signaling a cultural shift towards celebrating the ordinary. Yet even in this pursuit of realness, the line blurs. Users often retake photos, wait for better moments, or subtly stage their surroundings. Be Real's rise reflects Gen Z's craving for raw connection in a hyper-curated world, but also exposes the irony of authenticity becoming a new performance. It underscores a deeper truth. Even the unfiltered can be filtered when the camera's always watching. 10. Digital minimalism reboots. Fed up with mindless scrolling, Gen Y and Z fight to reclaim their attention. Dumb phone challenges, swapping iPhones for Nokia 3310S, trend on TikTok, while apps like Freedom Cap Screen Time, weekend social detoxes spike, with 65% of 18-34-year-olds trying them. Per a 2022 YouGov poll, Cal Newport's Digital Minimalism, 2019, became a manifesto urging intentional tech use. The struggle, proving you're more than your notifications, is peak relatability, a bid for control in a swipe stream repeat world. The cultural snapshot. These phenomena, from TikTok's fleeting trends to climate-fueled marches, are Gen Y and Z's DNA, equal parts innovation, anxiety, and irony. Their impact is undeniable. Fridays for Future reshaped global policy. Meme stocks rattled Wall Street. Cancel culture toppled careers. AI ethics lag. Dating fatigue breeds loneliness. These generations, molded by 2008's recession, 2020's pandemic, and endless feeds, wield irony as armor and authenticity as rebellion. Their phenomena, swipe-driven, stream-fueled, aren't just trends but a mirror of a world where meaning is chased one post, one protest, one hustle at a time. As they redefine work, love, and truth, their hyper-relatable chaos lights the way for what's next. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more content. Thank you.